What is up, everybody, from our AT&T 5G virtual studios? Welcome on in to the call-up. I'm Susanna Collins, alongside my gal, Jillian Sakovitz. Oh, thank you for my cocktail. These are very appropriately Sac Republic branded cocktail pint glasses. Today they're cocktail glasses because we have such a special show. That's good. It's very tasty. So, guys, the U.S. Open Cup final is happening on September 7th, and that is going to feature Orlando City hosting Sacramento Republic, okay? And this is significant for a few reasons, because since MLS became a thing in 1996, only one non-MLS team has won the Lamar Hunt trophy, and that was the Rochester Rhinos back in 1999. Shout out to the Rhinos. Shout out to the Rhinos. But so Sacramento is looking to become only the second team since MLS, again, became a thing, to win this trophy. So it's a big deal. It's history. And today, Jill, we have the man in charge of the whole team, Mark Briggs, whose own story is super fascinating. He was a really successful youth player in England. He captained West Brom's youth team to the 2000 FA Cup at Wembley Stadium when he was 17. But then things didn't really go according to plan. You know, you kind of think like after a big win like that, there's a lot of eyeballs. This is a tournament that would feature guys like David Beckham. He played in Malta, I believe, in Denmark. He played in some of the lower divisions. I want to play soccer in England. Malta. And that doesn't sound terrible. Does not sound terrible. But then he eventually made his way to the States and played in the lower divisions here before getting into the coaching. So he's had this kind of he's got all sorts of experience, which I think he has then brought to this head coaching role for Sacramento Republic. And by all accounts, the players absolutely love this guy. I mean, the scenes when they beat Sporting Kansas City in the semifinal were just insane. The whole city has embraced this club. But he seems like the perfect guy to be leading Sac Republic on this sort of historic Cinderella run. And we love a cup set. We love a cup set, Jill.
I think something, too, for people that are listening that maybe are just going to start to follow this final, which is absolutely fine. Sacramento Republic is in the U.S. South. So MLS is the first division of soccer here in North America, and USL in the United States is the second division of soccer. So the Open Cup is, like Mark Briggs says, it's the FA Cup here in the United States. Oldest tournament. So we're going to do a quick little history 101 of what is Open Cup, because I know that not everybody knows, and that is fine.
Totally fine.
The Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup is a knockout-style competition of men's American soccer, open to teams of all divisions. And that's kind of the cool part. It is the oldest ongoing national soccer competition in the US of A. It was first held in 1914 when it was known as the National Challenge Cup, renamed and dedicated to NASL and MLS executive Lamar Hunt. And the last non-MLS team to win it, like Susanna said, was back in 1999.
It's been a minute.
Yep. So you will hear in a moment from our interview with Mark Briggs. As a coach, fun fact, he is 8-1 in cup matches with wins over 3 MLS sides, and they'll look to make it 4 on September 7th. And as he said, put the final
Cinderella,
shoe.
yeah, something about the shoe fitting.
He said it so beautifully.
It was beautifully. We are butchering it.
Putting the shoe on Cinderella in the final moment. Listen to Mark. Time now for our AT&T 5G call to the field. We welcome in maybe the most popular head coach in the world right now, Sacramento Republic's manager, Mark Briggs.
You're giving Pep Guardiola vibes.
Definitely.
Right?
I'll take that.
Pep are basically the same person.
If you didn't know his name, you know it now if you've been paying attention to American soccer at all this summer. Mark, for you, has this been, maybe it's been stressful, I don't know, or has this been the most magical summer yet?
It's been quite the summer. But first of all, let me thank you for that introduction. I don't think I've ever had an introduction like that.
We pride ourselves on our intros.
I know, we do. We like to build up our guests, you know?
I like it. It's obviously been a fantastic summer so far. If you look at the cup run and even our performances in the league, the guys have done well. So it's been an experience.
Okay, I want to go back to July 27th, the semifinal matchup between Sporting Kansas City. It just an incredible match all around. That it felt kind of perfect that it went down to PKs, which you guys end up winning this match. And I mean, when the scenes were absolutely insane. And I mean, you guys have known for so long, like how much this city of Sacramento have embraced soccer, but for you as the head coach, Mark Briggs, in that moment, watching your team celebrate and go just absolutely ballistic, can you kind of give us a glimpse of what was going through your head?
That's a great question. It's you don't really take it in the moment. You just kind of react. I think I took a moment where I just stood there, to be honest, and just took in the fans, the players, just people just going absolutely wild. And it just makes you realise how fortunate you are, one, to be in that position. But just take a deep breath and just take it all in.
It was a fantastic scene. Rodrigo Lopez scoring the game winner, 5-4 on PKs, like Suzanne said, against SKC, who have won U.S. Open Cup 4 times. Yeah. So, Mark, in the moments after, the week after, was there a moment or a text message or a call that stood out to you when you guys knew that you would be heading to the Open Cup final?
I think first and foremost, I actually got back to my phone after the being drenched in champagne and whatever else the players threw all over me. I got back to my phone and I think there was like 76 messages. So I was like, you don't get those when you win a USL game. So you kind of realize then, okay, well, I guess this means something to the football world.
Did you respond to all 76 messages?
I did.
Good guy. Good man. Who was the most famous person that texted you?
Oh gosh, I'm not sure if I can say.
Can you give us a hint?
No, you'd know him. You'd know him in American football. I got it. Soccer. Sorry, no, I mean soccer. My bad.
Landon Donovan. I'm just spitballing.
That's
here.
A good guess. That's a really good guess.
That was close actually, but it wasn't Landon. Okay. No, it was actually Garth Lagerwey of Seattle Sounders.
Aww. Garth is a great guy. Yeah. We're big fans of Garth. He also likes our podcast.
He does?
Yeah, he's totally
Well, then he's definitely listening to this episode.
We love Garth Lagerwey. We love giving him shout outs on the call up. Mark, everyone loves a Cinderella story, right? And like you guys have kind of become this Cinderella story of the US Open Cup. And I think to your point, that moment after winning against SKC on July 27th in the semis, like Sac Republic was like all eyes were on the city, on this club. As you guys are kind of preparing for the final, how does it feel knowing that there's going to be a lot of people in the soccer world that are going to be cheering for you guys? How much momentum and confidence does that give you?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic, right? It gives you confidence. It gives you that little bit more belief, knowing that you have a number of fans behind you that enjoy the Cinderella story, so to speak. For us, we've got to make sure that we have an opportunity that doesn't come around very often. And we want to make sure Cinderella gets the slipper put on her foot, I guess.
I think we have the title of our episode.
I know. It's perfect.
Maybe it's us as Americans, but maybe not. You think about Miracle on Ice, mm-hmm. Leicester City, all of these like iconic sports moments, or, then there's sports movies that we all love. Is there kind of a sports moment that you love growing up, or one that you like to look at and, you think, well, Sac Republic can be that next moment that people talk about?
Oh, that is a great question. There's quite a few moments, I guess, personally. Being English, you look back at the 66 World Cup, and then all the rest of the heartache that we've experienced. Me personally, I've always loved cup competitions. Grew up watching the FA Cup, and the FA Cup final day in England is a huge day where, it's on the TV from 8 in the morning until 8 at night. And you follow the team, you follow everything throughout the day. So to be in the US's version of the FA Cup final is kind of like a dream come true for me. So just got to take in the experience, take in the moment, and try and win.
For you personally, Mark, we know that like since MLS joined or became a thing in 1996, there's only been one team that has non-MLS team that has won the U.S. Open Cup, and that was the Rochester Rhinos in 1999.
Great squad.
The Rhinos.
Great name.
What a great name.
I don't know anything about them.
I just love it. I love it. I need to find like a vintage Rhinos jersey. But this would be historic. This would be a historic win for Sac Republic. For you personally, Mark, if you were the guy to get it done, what would it mean to you?
Yeah, I think it would obviously be a huge accolade personally, and for the club. I think we have to not worry too much about making history. Although that's what people are going to say and what everyone's going to talk about, we have to just focus on a game of football, right? 11 men against 11 men, and hope that my 11 men are better than the 11 men Oscar Pereira puts out on September 7th.
So for those, Mark, that don't know, that maybe don't follow USL or don't know anything about Sacramento Republic, can you kind of give us a little bit of an introduction to your squad, to your team, and tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, they're a fun group. They're a group that enjoys being around one another. Our club motto is indomitable. Which is a pretty powerful word, So it's what we build everything around. We talk about it a lot, and I think we've kind of shown that indomitable spirit throughout the run, which is nice. But it's a group that I've never coached a group that has such a special bond. Always has one another's back. There's never any negative energy. They're always positive, and they always believe they can overcome whatever's thrown at them. So I think that's what set us up and put us in the position that we're currently in. And the reason I'm talking to you is because of that bond that the group has.
I think it's important. And I think it's one of these kind of like underrated qualities of successful teams, that they have that kind of chemistry and cohesion in the locker room. Because if you look at, successful teams, like there's a closeness, there's a bond, that's guys playing for each other. And Mark, you have said that this group is the best that you've ever coached. And I'm curious, is it because of that factor, that togetherness? Is it their talent, their technical ability, a combination of both? What is it that makes this the best team that you've ever coached?
Yeah, I think they have talent. They wouldn't be in the position they were if they didn't. But the bond and the attitude to work on a daily basis, the humility that they show, and also the accountability and respect they have for one another. There's been difficult moments, there's been difficult conversations, but it always ends, and everybody understands that no matter there's a difficult conversation, it's for the right reason. And that reason is to try and win football matches for Sacramento Republic. I think that's what makes it an enjoyable group to coach. There's a willingness to work hard on a daily basis. And there's an accountability to everyone, myself included, to make sure we're at our best on a daily basis.
Mark, you've had a pretty remarkable journey yourself to get to where you are as the head coach of Sac Republic. As you said, you're no stranger to winning these knockout tournaments. At 17, you captained West Brom's young guys to the 2000 FA Youth Cup crown at Wembley. But then you had an interesting journey after that, and you played some in Europe before making your way to the States. And I read something that was interesting. You said there was, relationships with coaches where either maybe they didn't like you, or maybe you just didn't fit in their system. And having had the experiences that you've had, I'm curious to know, what were some of the biggest lessons and influences that you took away from your experiences as a player that you now implement as a head coach?
I think the biggest one for me, obviously the game's evolved and the game's changed a little bit. When I was coming through, you didn't talk to the coach. You were scared to make eye contact with him unless he looked at you or he spoke to you. And it always used to make me feel really uncomfortable and, you know, not necessarily free. So the one thing that I try and pride myself on is, you know, being approachable by the players, making sure that we have a relationship. And they feel free to come and talk to me, and they know that, yes, I'm going to hold them to a standard when it comes to football. But I'm also here to help them. I'm here to give them advice. I'm here to make sure that, you know, they're in a good frame of mind. I think that's probably the biggest thing I've learned from my journey is players need to feel comfortable. Players need to feel confident. And the only way they feel that is by having a relationship and having communication with myself and the staff. So I'd like to say that that's something that I really pride myself on, making sure there's that open line of communication.
And that journey that Susanna talks about, your senior career, pretty much in Europe and England. The final stop was with the Wilmington Hammerheads of North Carolina. Can you just give us a little insight as to who was Mark Briggs, the player, but then also how did that kind of steer your career into staying in the United States, you know, being an Englishman?
Yeah, I was technical. I liked the ball on the ground. I liked to pass the ball. I was extremely vocal, which I think has probably helped me as I stepped into the coaching realm. But no, I guess regards coaching, I fell into my coach in Wilmington was an older English guy, David Irving. And he kind of let me start. I was the senior player and started kind of running training sessions. And then at the end of that season, I was going to go home or stay in America. And the youth club in Wilmington said, why don't you stay here and coach? And I was like, okay. So I coached a U12 girls team and I fell in love with coaching. And in my office, I still have their picture. That's the reason why I started coaching that U12 girls team. And a lot of those guys have just gone off to college now. So it's kind of, that's the reason why I started, and that's the reason why I fell in love with it. And that happened in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Are you still in touch with some of those girls? Are they playing at the collegiate level?
They are, yeah. A lot of them have committed to a number of colleges on the East Coast. One's actually committed to the University of Pacific, which is just down the road here from Sacramento. So I'll get to see her now. She's, a little bit older and a little bit more in a pressure environment, so to speak.
I love that.
That is great.
That is the coolest thing ever.
Fun fact, that Wilmington team went on to their own U.S. Open Cup run, upsetting the Chicago Fire in the third round. So obviously no stranger to Open Cup action. Mark, when you look at the videos and the visuals and everything that was on social media, the fan support from Sacramento is incredible. Sold out crowds. That semifinal upset win over Sporting Kansas City, it got to be in Sacramento, which was really fun scenes to watch. So I have to ask, for Orlando, what is the take or what is the situation on the traveling fans? What can we expect for that little pocket of Sacramento to head to Exploria Stadium?
Yeah, we've been blown away. The tickets went on sale and I think they were gone within a couple of hours. So I think we'll have our supporters section full. And I don't know if you remember the LA Galaxy game. We had maybe 500-600 supporters, but you could hear them the whole game. Awesome. And I'm sure our fans will do Sacramento proud and do us proud in Orlando, and you'll be able to hear them. They're non-stop, they're loud, they're passionate, and they certainly help us.
Love it. Mark, before we let you go, what is one thing for people that are going to, they're going to watch this final, they're going to want to jump on the Sac Republic bandwagon. What is one thing that people should know about this team, this club, this city, and the way that they embrace soccer? What do you want people to know about Sac Republic?
I think we're a humble team. I think you can see that in the way we play. We have a spirit that we're going to leave everything out on the field, and we're going to walk away from this game like every other game with no regrets. And I think when you go on the field and you leave everything out there, and you can walk in the locker room after the game with no regrets, then you feel good about yourself, and hopefully that will be enough.
Well, Mark, thank you so very much. We know just like the Major League Soccer season, the USL season is also in full swing while all of this goes on. So we wish you all the best during your season as well.
We're representing.
And we look forward to watching. Is Orlando going to be mad at us?
They might be, but that's okay.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Here for that. And also here for... I basically have an entirely new wardrobe, and so do you, Susanna Collins. Thanks to John Jacobs at Sacramento Republic for sending us the swag, hats. Basically can fill up my entire home bar with some glasses now.
Our glasses. I mean, they really went all out. And while Jill and I will be happy for whoever ends up winning this final,
whether it's Tesho Akindele, our guest last week.
Exactly. Or if it's Mark Briggs and Sac Republic.
We are totally impartial.
We're totally impartial. But, again, just mad love. Mad love for Sac Republic. And, again, like everyone, we do love a Cinderella story, right?
Just saying, USL has sent the biggest package of the year that has arrived.
I know.
So thank you to Sacramento.
I know. It was really sweet.
Public. Something else we're here for, that you got that game coming out on September 7th, but couple days before on September 5th. It's going to be historic, Susanna Collins. The Copa Angelina.
Ooh.
Now, it is going to be Angel City FC is going to be taking on the Mexican women's national team.
Oh, wow.
And per Angel City, this is the first time ever that, I believe probably in women's soccer, maybe ever, but it says it's the first time ever that a club is taking on a national team to compete for a
That's
title.
really cool.
It's going to be at Bank of California Stadium at 6 p.m. Pacific, so 9 o'clock Eastern. And it's also televised, which is awesome, on 2DNA.
And I will tell you,
how here for that
Angel City has been crushing it. Like people are packing Bank of California Stadium for these matches, and celebs too, as you would expect in Los Angeles. But these have become a must-see event in Los Angeles, and it is so cool.
It happens so quickly.
I know, but it's so great to see the way that the city has embraced. Obviously, I think LAFC kind of got it started in downtown LA, but then to see the way that everyone has embraced women's soccer in Los Angeles is really, really cool. And I think this is going to be huge because we know there's a huge Mexican population in Southern California. So this is going to be, I feel like this is going to be a sold out crowd. The vibes are going to be insane. I wish I could. Can I go? Can I go?
Yeah, it's Labor Day, Monday. I'm off. We could go.
Little quick trip.
And then we could fly to Orlando.
Ooh, I like it. See, we just have to put it out.
Yeah,
there.
For the Open
Maybe
Cup
our bosses
final.
Are listening.
That game will be on ESPN Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern. Orlando City, Sacramento Republic.
8 p.m. Eastern, yes, on ESPN Plus. That is the U.S. Open Cup final, baby, for the big Lamar Hunt Trophy. Let's go. This has been such a fun episode. Huge thanks again to Sac Republic, Mark Briggs, John Jacobs. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening and watching. And guess what? We will see you next week. Cheers.
What's up, everybody? It is Susanna Collins and Jillian Sakovitz, co-hosts of The Call Up. And if you want more Call Up action, hit like and subscribe right here on YouTube, right there.
And also make sure that you download every episode of The Call Up every single Tuesday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time or anywhere that you get your podcasts. And while you're here, why not check out some of these other videos as well?